Are you unknowingly eating fruits that could harm your health after 60? Some fruits may seem healthy, but they might be doing more harm than good. Let's uncover the 4 to avoid, and 4 that your body truly needs. Namaste. I'm Dr. Arjun Mehra. For over 25 years, I've had the honor of walking alongside elders, listening to their bodies, their stories, and their worries. And one thing I've heard again and again is this: Doctor, I eat so healthy now. I have fruits every day. Why do I still feel tired, inflamed, or bloated? And that's what we're here to talk about. You see, most of us grew up believing a simple truth. Fruits are always good for you. Sweet, colorful, from nature. What could possibly go wrong? But here's what no one tells you after 60. As we age, our metabolism slows down. Our cells become more sensitive, and the way our body processes natural sugars, yes, even from fruits, changes. A major study recently found that older adults who eat too many sugary fruits actually have a 56% higher risk of developing metabolic syndrome. That means more belly fat, higher blood pressure, and blood sugar problems, even without eating processed junk. This doesn't mean fruit is bad, but it does mean we need to choose smarter. So in today's video, I'll reveal the 4 fruits seniors should eat every day to protect your heart, memory, and digestion, and the 4 fruits that may silently harm your health if eaten the wrong way. Especially that last one. It's likely one of your favorites, but it can interfere with your medications and weaken your muscles if you're not careful. So stay with me till the end. You might just look at your fruit bowl differently after today. Let's begin our journey with a fruit that's creamy, subtle, and incredibly powerful. Not too sweet, not too sour, just the right balance. It's often called the butter of the forest, and for seniors, it can be a quiet healer. Yes, I'm talking about the avocado. If you've avoided it because it's fatty, you might be surprised to learn. This fruit contains the kind of fat your heart and brain will thank you for. Top 1, avocado. The gentle fat that heals from within. Now, let's talk about a fruit that's often misunderstood. Avocado. Many seniors shy away from it. They say, "Doctor, isn't that the one with all the fat?" Yes, it is. But not all fats are enemies. In fact, the fat in avocado is one of the best kinds. Monounsaturated fat, especially oleic acid, the same heart-healthy fat found in olive oil. And after 60, your body actually needs these healthy fats to do some of its most essential jobs. Why avocado is a senior superfood? Let me break it down for you. A single avocado contains potassium, even more than a banana, helps regulate blood pressure, supports nerves, and reduces leg cramps. Fiber, both soluble and insoluble, supporting digestion and cholesterol balance. Healthy fats that support brain function, hormone balance, and help absorb fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K. Lutein and zeaxanthin, antioxidants that protect your eyes from age-related vision decline. That's not just food, that's functional healing. Heart health and cholesterol. Support as we grow older, cholesterol management becomes crucial. Avocados contain plant sterols, which naturally lower LDL, bad cholesterol, while supporting HDL, good cholesterol. One study showed that daily avocado intake reduced LDL by up to 13% in older adults. That's without medication, just a slice of fruit doing quiet work. Brain and memory booster. Your brain is nearly 60% fat by weight, and the fats in avocado help. Maintain the protective sheath, myelin, around your brain's nerves, improving clarity, memory, and focus. Seniors who eat avocado regularly often report less brain fog, better word recall, improved mood. It's not magic. It's nourishment, exactly where it's needed. Digestion and blood sugar. Control. Many older adults struggle with both constipation, and our blood sugar spikes. Avocados help on both fronts. Their fiber supports regular bowel movements, the healthy fats. Slow the absorption of sugar, preventing spikes and crashes in blood sugar. This makes avocado a perfect addition for seniors managing diabetes or pre-diabetes. Emotional healing in every bite. Food is more than nutrients, it's comfort, it's memory. Avocado's smooth, rich texture brings a sense of calm. For many elderly people who've lost appetite or joy in eating, a soft slice of avocado with lemon and salt awakens the taste buds without overwhelming them. It's easy to chew, easy to digest, and deeply satisfying. How to eat avocado the right way. Now, I'm not asking you to eat a full avocado every day. For most seniors, 1/2 an avocado, 3-4 times a week is enough. Here are some simple ways to enjoy it. Spread on whole grain toast with a pinch of turmeric and black pepper. Add to vegetable khichdi or pongal for creaminess and healthy fat. Blend into a banana smoothie for a mid-morning energy boost. Slice into a salad of tomatoes, cucumbers, and onions. Mash with lemon and cumin for a simple dip or spread. Just remember, don't cook avocado over high heat. The fats are delicate and can lose their benefits. Always eat it fresh or lightly stirred in. A word of caution. If you take blood thinners, like warfarin, monitor your vitamin K intake. Avocado contains moderate levels. But for most, it's safe and even helpful. Also choose ripe avocados. Soft to touch, but not mushy, and avoid those with dark spots or a rancid smell. Closing thoughts. In a world full of extreme diets and confusing labels, the avocado offers a message of balance. Not too sweet, not too strong, just deeply nourishing. For seniors seeking strength, memory, stable energy, and heart support. This fruit is a quiet companion on the journey. So the next time you pass by it at the market, don't just walk on. Pick it up. Feel its weight. Think of it as more than a fruit. Think of it as a small act of self-care. Because sometimes healing comes in soft green slices. And tomorrow's clarity begins with today's better choice. Now that we've seen the creamy power of avocado, let's turn to something more familiar. Something most of us grew up eating after school or during festivals. It's crisp, refreshing, and surprisingly healing. Yes, the humble apple. But did you know this everyday fruit can quietly transform your gut health, support your heart, and even help keep blood sugar stable? What's truly amazing is that many of its benefits are hidden in parts people often throw away, like the peel. We'll explore that, and so much more, in this next part. And remember, don't miss the last fruit in our video. It's something most of us eat without knowing it could silently interfere with our medications and weaken our energy. So stay with me till the end. It could change how you look at your fruit bowl forever. Top 2 apple. The crisp healer for the aging body. When you think of a fruit that's simple, available everywhere, and comforting, what comes to mind? For most of us, it's the apple. Sweet, crisp, familiar. We've had it since childhood, but as we age, apples take on a whole new meaning. They don't just fill the stomach, they feed the gut, the heart, and even the brain. Let's explore why this ordinary fruit is anything but ordinary for those over 60. The power lies in the peel. The apple's magic doesn't lie in its sweetness, it lies in its fiber and polyphenols. Much of this is concentrated in the skin, the part many people peel off. Apple skin contains pectin, a type of soluble fiber that nourishes the good bacteria in your gut. Quercetin, a flavonoid that reduces inflammation and supports lung and brain health. Natural acids that gently cleanse the digestive system. This combination makes the apple a perfect daily companion for seniors facing sluggish digestion, mild constipation, high cholesterol, fatigue from poor nutrient absorption. Apples and gut health, the forgotten link. Your gut is more than a food processor, it's your second brain. As we age, we often suffer from silent gut stress, bloating, irregularity, low immunity. Pectin from apples acts as a prebiotic, a fuel source for your gut's good bacteria. Healthy gut flora. Improve digestion, nutrient absorption, mental clarity, immune response. A study from 2020 found that seniors who consumed apples regularly had a 20% lower risk of digestive inflammation and leaky gut symptoms. Heart benefits without the medication. We all know the phrase, "An apple a day keeps the doctor away." But why? Because apples naturally lower LDL, bad cholesterol, reduce blood pressure thanks to potassium, improve circulation and arterial elasticity through flavonoids. One medium apple a day, especially with the skin, has been linked to a reduced risk of stroke and heart attack in older adults, stabilizing blood sugar. Although apples are sweet, they have a low glycemic index. Thanks to their fiber, the natural sugars are released slowly, avoiding sudden spikes. This makes apples an ideal snack for those managing type 2 diabetes, prediabetes, energy crashes after meals. A slice of apple paired with a few walnuts or a spoon of peanut butter helps slow sugar absorption even more, turning it into a balanced mini-meal. Oral health and brain boost. Many seniors suffer from dry mouth or reduced salivary flow, especially due to medication. Chewing an apple stimulates saliva, protecting the teeth and gums, reduces the growth of harmful oral bacteria, trains the jaw muscles, keeping them strong. And let's not forget the mental effect. The crunch of an apple can be grounding. Its scent, its taste, often associated with memories of school lunches, picnics, or home, can boost mood and calm anxiety. How to choose and use apples. After 60, not all apples are created equal. Here are a few tips. Choose organic or well-washed apples, since non-organic varieties may have pesticide residues on the skin. Eat with the skin whenever possible. Most nutrients are there. Avoid processed apple products like sweetened juice or applesauce. They lack fiber and spike sugar. Pair with a protein or fat for best digestion and blood sugar balance. Try this simple snack. Apple slices plus a sprinkle of cinnamon per 1 teaspoon of almond butter. It's anti-inflammatory, energizing, and delicious. A gentle caution. If you have very sensitive teeth or weak digestion, start with stewed apple. Peel and slice half an apple. Add a pinch of cinnamon. Simmer with a few spoons of water until soft. This version is easier on the gut, especially for elders with gastric issues or recovering from illness. Emotional nourishment. There's a reason apples appear in poems, folk tales, and medicine stories. They're more than fruit. They're symbols of healing, steadiness, and wisdom. For many elders, having a sliced apple in the afternoon brings a sense of routine, grounding, and gentle sweetness, without guilt or side effects. Final thoughts. The apple is not flashy. It doesn't trend on social media, but it has stood the test of time, nourishing generations quietly and consistently. For seniors seeking a digestive peace, heart strength, brain clarity, and emotional comfort, this humble fruit offers all of that in one crisp bite. So, tomorrow morning, as you reach for your tea or toast, add a slice of apple, not as a trend, but as a ritual of wellness. And remember, sometimes the simplest foods are the wisest healers. We've explored the calming creaminess of avocado and the crisp strength of apples. Now, let's turn to a fruit that feels like a celebration every time you open it. Tiny, jewel-like seeds, a burst of color and taste. Yes, you guessed it, the pomegranate. But this is more than just a beautiful fruit. Modern science shows it may be one of the most powerful natural allies for your heart, blood vessels, and brain, especially as we age. So if you've been avoiding pomegranate because it's too messy or too sour, it might be time to take another look. Because the benefits it offers go straight to the core of senior health. Top 3 pomegranate, the red jewel for heart, blood, and brain. Pomegranates are more than just a fruit. They are nature's tiny rubies, each one packed with health-enhancing power. In traditional Indian households, they've long been used in juices, chutneys, and even healing remedies. But only recently has science caught up with what our ancestors already knew. This fruit is a true guardian of health, especially for those over 60. Let's discover why. Why pomegranate is a superfruit for seniors. Each seed, called an eril, holds within it powerful antioxidants, natural sugars, fiber, and plant compounds that support 3 crucial systems in aging adults: heart and blood vessels, memory and cognitive function, inflammation and cellular repair. The main active ingredient: punicalagin, a potent antioxidant unique to pomegranates. In fact, pomegranate juice has 3 times more antioxidants than green tea. This makes it a front-line protector against oxidative stress, the damage that leads to heart disease, poor circulation, and even dementia. Heart and blood pressure. Benefits. One of the most impressive effects of pomegranate is on blood pressure. Clinical studies show that just 1 cup of pomegranate juice a day can lower systolic blood pressure by 5 to 21%. It works by relaxing blood vessels, improving blood flow, reducing arterial stiffness. For seniors with high blood pressure or a history of heart issues, this fruit is a gentle daily support. Cholesterol and circulation. Pomegranate also helps lower LDL, bad cholesterol, while protecting HDL, good cholesterol, from oxidation. Plus, its polyphenols enhance circulation, which is key in older adults who often experience cold hands and feet, numbness, slow wound healing, fatigue due to poor oxygen delivery. Better circulation means more energy, sharper thinking, and faster recovery. Brain and memory. Support. Here's where it gets even more interesting. Pomegranate's antioxidants cross the blood-brain barrier, directly protecting brain cells from oxidative damage. One study found that seniors who drank pomegranate juice daily performed better in memory tests compared to those who didn't. And for those caring for loved ones with Alzheimer's or mild cognitive decline, this fruit can be a small daily act of support. Anti-inflammatory power. Chronic inflammation is at the root of many age-related diseases: arthritis, heart problems, fatigue, and even depression. Pomegranate has been shown to reduce markers of inflammation in the body, especially in the joints and blood vessels. For seniors who experience joint stiffness or pain, especially in the knees or fingers, adding pomegranate regularly may offer subtle but meaningful relief. How to enjoy pomegranate after 60. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's too hard to eat. And yes, peeling a pomegranate takes time, but it's worth it. Here are senior-friendly ways to enjoy it. 1. Fresh seeds. Eat them as is, or sprinkle on porridge, curd, or salads. 2. A juice. Blend with a little water and strain. Drink slowly, no sugar added. 3. Chutney. Mix with mint and cumin for a refreshing side dish. 4. Add to dal or rice for a sweet tart contrast. A small handful, around 1/4 to 1/2 cup, is more than enough. A word of caution. If you're taking medications, especially blood thinners, like warfarin or aspirin, speak to your doctor. Pomegranate can interact with certain drugs by enhancing their effects, just like grapefruit. Also, avoid bottled or sweetened pomegranate drinks. They often contain added sugars and preservatives that cancel out the benefits. A real-life story. One of my patients, Mrs. Kaur, age 67, used to feel dizzy during her morning walks. Her BP would fluctuate, and she had trouble concentrating on daily tasks. Instead of adding new medication, we tried something simple. Half a glass of fresh pomegranate juice every morning with breakfast. Within 2 weeks, her blood pressure stabilized. She told me, "I don't know what's happening, but I feel sharper, and I don't need to sit down every few minutes anymore." That's the quiet power of fruit when used with intention. Emotional and cultural connection. In Indian tradition, pomegranates are seen as a symbol of fertility, energy, and life. Even Ayurveda speaks of it as a fruit that balances all 3 doshas, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. For many elders, eating pomegranate reconnects them with rituals, family meals, and forgotten flavors. It's not just food, it's memory, identity, and care. Final thought, the pomegranate reminds us that small things matter. That health isn't always about expensive supplements or complicated diets. Sometimes it's as simple as cracking open a fruit, taking your time, and enjoying each bite. So the next time you see a pomegranate at the market, don't pass it by. Pick one up. Let its weight remind you of your own. Rich, resilient, ready to nourish. Now let's talk about the tiniest fruits with the biggest brain benefits. Berries. Blueberries, raspberries, blackberries. They're not just tasty snacks. They've been called brain berries for a reason. Because what they do for your memory, your balance, and your blood pressure might just surprise you. Top 4 berries. Tiny fruits with mighty brain power. When it comes to protecting your mind, supporting your balance, and calming inflammation, few fruits are as powerful as berries. Blueberries, blackberries, raspberries. They may look like decorations on a cake, but inside, they're packed with compounds that work like natural brain medicine. As we age, memory loss, lack of coordination, and brain fog become more common. But studies now show that regular berry consumption can slow cognitive decline by up to 2.5 years. That's not a small number. It's extra time to remember names, follow conversations, and feel more like yourself. The science behind brain berries. Berries are rich in anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that give them their deep red, blue, and purple colors. These compounds reduce oxidative stress in brain cells, improve communication between neurons, protect against age-related memory diseases like Alzheimer's. In one major Harvard study, older women who ate 2 servings of berries per week had significantly slower mental aging compared to those who rarely ate them. So yes, these tiny fruits really do support a sharper mind. Balance and mobility. Berries don't just help your mind, they help your body stay upright and moving safely. With age, our balance and coordination decline, increasing the risk of falls. Berries support motor function and blood flow, which can help prevent dizziness, improve foot coordination, support joint mobility. Think of them as insurance for your steps. 1 cup of berries a few times a week could reduce your fall risk naturally. Heart and blood. Sugar benefits. Berries also have a surprisingly positive effect on blood pressure and blood sugar. 2 key concerns for seniors. Here's how. High fiber slows sugar absorption. Low glycemic index means minimal spikes in blood sugar. Potassium and antioxidants help relax blood vessels, reducing blood pressure that makes berries ideal for people managing type 2 diabetes, prediabetes, hypertension. And the best part? They taste sweet but don't act like sugar. Digestive and anti-inflammatory benefits. Most berries contain a blend of soluble and insoluble fiber, which helps maintain regular digestion, feed good gut bacteria, reduce inflammation throughout the body. Inflammation is the hidden driver of many chronic issues, arthritis, fatigue, even brain fog. A simple bowl of berries might not seem like much, but over time, it helps calm the body from within. Best berries for seniors. Here are 4 top picks. 1. Blueberries, rich in anthocyanins, best for brain and blood vessel protection. 2. Raspberries, high fiber, good for digestion and sugar control. 3. Blackberries, anti-inflammatory, support joint and nerve health. 4. Strawberries, lower in fiber, but rich in vitamin C and antioxidants. Aim for fresh or frozen berries, not sweetened or canned. Frozen berries are just as nutritious and often more affordable. How to eat them. Berries are incredibly easy to incorporate into your diet. Try mixing into morning porridge or oats, blending into yogurt or lassi, adding to salads with nuts and leafy greens, enjoying as a snack with a few almonds, blending into a smoothie with banana and curd. Avoid sugary jams or jellies. They lack fiber and spike your sugar. A personal story. One of my patients, Mr. Krishnan, age 74, used to feel foggy in the afternoons. He would forget appointments and lose interest in reading. We started with one simple change: 1/2 cup of blueberries with his morning oats. Within weeks, he said, "Doctor, I feel awake again. My brain feels like it's breathing." That's the quiet power of nature's medicine. A joyful bite. Beyond the science, berries offer something we often overlook: joy. Their colors, their burst of flavor, their simplicity, they bring pleasure to eating. For seniors who've lost interest in food or who struggle with chewing tough fruits, berries are gentle, beautiful, and satisfying. Sometimes, a sweet bite of berries with breakfast can lift the mood for the whole day. Final thought. Berries may be small, but their impact is profound. In every spoonful, they offer memory support, balance, better digestion, and calm from within. They remind us that we don't need complicated solutions, just smart, consistent choices. So the next time you visit the market, add a small box of berries to your cart. It might be the most powerful medicine you take this week, without a prescription. Now, here's where it gets surprising. Some fruits we believe are healthy might actually cause more harm than good, especially after 60. They spike your blood sugar, trigger inflammation, or upset your digestion. And yet, they sit in your kitchen every week. Let's uncover the truth about grapes, dried fruits, and unripe bananas, and why they may not be as innocent as they seem. Top 1. Grapes. Sweet, simple, and, surprisingly, risky after 60. They're soft, juicy, easy to snack on. Grapes have long been considered a healthy, refreshing treat, offered in fruit bowls, religious ceremonies, and lunch boxes alike. But here's what many don't realize. For seniors, grapes may not always be the innocent fruit they appear to be. High in sugar, low in fiber. Let's start with the numbers. Just 1 cup of grapes contains around 23 grams of natural sugar, about the same as a chocolate bar. Now, unlike a candy bar, grapes also have vitamins and water, but what they lack is fiber. Without enough fiber, the sugar from grapes enters the bloodstream very quickly, leading to rapid spikes in blood sugar, sudden energy crashes, strain on insulin regulation. For someone in their 60s or older, especially with prediabetes, type 2 diabetes, or low activity levels, this can mean feeling tired after eating, craving more sugar, long-term inflammation, and weight gain. What makes grapes risky after 60? The older we get, the more sensitive our bodies become to sugar and toxins. Grapes can pose challenges in 2 major ways. 1. Blood sugar volatility. Our metabolism slows down with age. Muscles use less sugar, and insulin becomes less efficient. Grapes, with their fast-absorbing sugars, bypass the body's normal regulation, and often cause a sharp glucose spike. These repeated sugar surges increase the risk of type 2 diabetes, memory decline due to blood vessel damage in the brain, fatigue, irritability, and fogginess. 2. Pesticide residue. Unless they're organic, grapes are among the dirty dozen. A list of fruits with the highest pesticide residue. Why does that matter for seniors? Aging livers are less efficient at detoxifying. Long-term pesticide exposure is linked to nerve inflammation and hormone disruption. Certain residues may weaken immune response or affect bone density. If you're eating grapes daily, especially without washing them thoroughly, you could be ingesting more than you bargained for. A real case, Mrs. Joshi's afternoon. Crashes a patient of mine, Mrs. Joshi, age 68, told me she always felt sleepy after lunch. She thought she was being healthy. She replaced sweets with a bowl of grapes. After tracking her blood sugar, we noticed big spikes 30-45 minutes after her grape snack. The solution? We reduced the portion to 5-6 grapes, added a boiled egg, and encouraged her to drink more water. Within a week, her energy improved, and the post-lunch crashes disappeared. Are grapes always bad? Absolutely not. They're still packed with resveratrol, an antioxidant that supports heart health, vitamin C and K, hydration, but it's all about quantity, pairing, and timing. Smart ways to eat grapes. After 60, here's how to make grapes safer and more beneficial. Eat fewer grapes at a time, just 5 to 8 grapes per serving. Always pair with protein or fat, like nuts, yogurt, or cheese. Avoid grapes on an empty stomach. Choose organic, if possible, or wash thoroughly with baking soda and water. Avoid raisins or dried grapes. These are sugar bombs with no fiber. Final thought. Grapes are sweet, yes, but after 60, we must look beyond taste. Your body isn't the same as it was in your 30s or 40s. The foods you eat need to work with your aging system, not against it. So enjoy grapes, but do so mindfully, because even the most innocent fruits can carry hidden risks if we don't understand their impact. And understanding, as always, is the first step to aging wisely. Top 2. Dried fruits. Tiny, sweet, and surprisingly dangerous. Dried fruits often come with an image of health. They're colorful, bite-sized, and marketed as natural snacks. You'll find them in cereal boxes, snack packs, and even hospital meals. But here's the reality. Dried fruits are concentrated sugar bombs. And for seniors, they can quietly do more harm than good. Why dried fruits are risky after 60? Let's take raisins as an example. They look harmless, right? But a small handful, about 1/4 cup, contains over to 25 grams of sugar. Virtually no water content, very little fiber to slow absorption. Now, multiply that by how easy they are to eat, and you've just consumed sugar equivalent to a candy bar, without even realizing it. For people over 60, this raises serious concerns. Blood sugar spikes, leading to crashes, cravings, fatigue, increased inflammation, worsening arthritis, joint pain, and memory issues. Weight gain, due to calorie density and poor satiety. The sulfite problem. Many dried fruits, especially commercially packaged ones, contain sulfites, chemical preservatives used to maintain color and extend shelf life. While some people tolerate them well, older adults may be more sensitive. Possible effects include breathing difficulties, skin irritation or rashes, headaches, gut discomfort if you've ever eaten dried mango or apricots and felt off afterward. Sulfites might be the reason. In fact, in several countries, foods with sulfites must carry allergy warnings, yet they often go unnoticed. Hidden sugars and additives. Another red flag. Many dried fruits are sweetened. Take dried cranberries. On their own, they're tart. So manufacturers often add extra sugar or even glucose syrup to improve taste. This turns what was once a healthy fruit into the blood sugar trap, a source of inflammatory additives, a cause of a digestive bloating and mental fog. What about fiber? Some will argue that dried fruits still contain fiber, and that's true, to an extent. But the lack of water and the speed at which people eat them means the fiber doesn't get a chance to work properly. Fiber only slows sugar absorption when it's combined with hydration. You eat slowly and chew thoroughly. With dried fruits, most people eat quickly, mindlessly, and in large amounts, defeating the purpose. A real-world example: Mr. Iyer's joint pain. Mr. Iyer, age 72, was healthy, walked every day, and avoided junk food. But he snacked constantly on dried figs and raisins. He thought they were a natural boost. Over time, he began experiencing afternoon fatigue, joint stiffness, digestive issues. After cutting out dried fruits and switching to fresh papaya and soaked almonds, his energy returned, and so did his flexibility. Better alternatives to dried fruits. You don't need to give up all sweetness, but you can. Make smarter choices. Fresh fruits, like apple slices, papaya, or watermelon. Lightly soaked dates. 1 or 2 with nuts for balance, frozen berries. Thawed slightly for texture, baked sweet potato. Cubes with cinnamon. If you still want dried fruits, here's how to minimize the risk. Choose unsweetened, organic versions. Avoid bright colors. They often signal additives. Eat a very small portion, 4 or 5 pieces. Pair with protein or fat, e.g. nuts or cheese. Soak before eating. Helps improve digestion and reduce sugar impact. Final thought. Dried fruits may be natural, but natural doesn't always mean safe. For younger bodies, they might provide energy, but for seniors, they often bring hidden sugar, chemical preservatives, and a digestive strain. Don't fall for the health halo. Pay attention to how your body reacts. And remember, fresh, simple, and balanced is always better, especially after 60. Top 3. Unripe bananas. A gentle fruit that can disrupt digestion. Bananas are loved across India. From breakfast tables to temple offerings, they're cheap, convenient, and considered one of the safest fruits for all ages. But here's the twist. Not all bananas are equally friendly, especially the green, unripe ones. They might look clean and healthy, but for older adults, they can trigger surprising digestive issues. What are unripe bananas? Unripe bananas are firm, greenish, and starchy. They haven't yet converted their starch into natural sugar, which means they're lower in sweetness, higher in resistant starch, harder to digest, especially for slower digestive systems. This resistant starch acts almost like fiber, but can behave like a fermenting agent in your gut. The digestive struggle. After 60, digestion changes. Stomach acid production drops, enzyme levels decline, gut bacteria shifts. This makes digesting complex starches, like those in green bananas, more difficult. Eating unripe bananas can lead to bloating, gas and discomfort, constipation or irregular stools, a general sense of heaviness in the gut. Many seniors report feeling full but not nourished after eating green bananas, missing the antioxidant advantage. While ripe bananas contain dopamine, vitamin C, and other antioxidants, these levels are much lower in unripe bananas. That means you're not just risking indigestion, you're missing out on key protective compounds your body needs after 60. Ripe bananas, with light brown spots, are easier to digest, more hydrating, richer in brain and heart protective nutrients. But aren't green bananas good for gut health? Yes and no. Green bananas can help certain people, especially those with diarrhea or insulin resistance. But for older adults with weak digestion, sluggish bowels, tendency toward gas and acid reflux, they're more likely to cause harm than good. The gut is like a fire after 60. It needs warmth, softness, and simplicity, not raw starch that resists digestion. A real story, Uncle Mahesh and his morning habit. Uncle Mahesh, 70, began his day with one boiled green banana, thinking it was helping his cholesterol. But he kept complaining of stomach tightness, irregular motion, and frequent burping. Once we swapped the green banana for the half-a-ripe one with curd and chia seeds. Things changed. He called me 2 weeks later saying, "Doctor, my stomach feels 10 years younger." Better ways to eat bananas after 60. Bananas can still be part of a senior's diet. Just choose wisely. Look for yellow bananas with brown freckles. Eat with a protein or healthy fat. To reduce sugar spikes, avoid eating them first thing in the morning or on an empty stomach. Try pairing with nut butter, curd, or oats. And if you must eat green bananas, like in traditional dishes, boil or steam them well. Add warming spices like cumin or ginger. Eat in small amounts, not daily. Final thought. Unripe bananas carry a health halo, but that doesn't make them right for every body, especially an aging one. After 60, your digestion deserves kindness. That means soft, ripe, and easy-to-absorb fruits, not hard starch that leaves your stomach struggling. So trust your body. If you've been eating green bananas and noticing discomfort, it's not just getting old. It's a signal, and it's one you can gently respond to by simply letting the banana ripen a little longer. Sometimes, small ripeness brings big relief. Top 4. Grapefruit, the bitter fruit with hidden risks for seniors. At first glance, grapefruit seems like the perfect fruit. Low in calories, high in vitamin C, and beautifully refreshing. Many health-conscious adults drink grapefruit juice in the morning or eat half a grapefruit with breakfast. But here's a critical truth most people don't know. Grapefruit can interfere with your medications. And for people over 60, this can have serious consequences. Why grapefruit can be dangerous after 60. Grapefruit contains compounds called furanocoumarins. These interfere with an enzyme in your liver, CYP3A4, responsible for breaking down many common medications. When you eat grapefruit or drink its juice, your liver cannot break down certain drugs efficiently. The medication stays in your system longer and stronger than intended. This increases the risk of side effects and toxicity. For older adults already taking several medications, this effect can be magnified. Common medications affected by grapefruit. Here are just a few examples of drugs that interact with grapefruit. Statins. Cholesterol, meds like simvastatin, atorvastatin, can lead to muscle damage. Blood pressure medications, like nifedipine, risk of low blood pressure or dizziness. Anti-anxiety drugs, like buspirone, can cause drowsiness, confusion. Heart rhythm medications, like amiodarone, risk of irregular heartbeat. Immunosuppressants, like cyclosporine, risk of toxicity. This is why many medication labels warn against grapefruit juice, but few patients truly understand the risk. Hidden sources of grapefruit. It's not just fresh grapefruit or juice. Some people may unknowingly consume grapefruit through mixed fruit juices, fruit salads and buffets, citrus-flavored vitamin supplements, marmalades or jams. If you're unsure, read labels carefully or ask before eating. Why? It's especially risky for seniors. As we age, The liver's ability to process drugs declines. We're more likely to be on multiple medications. Side effects become more dangerous, like falls, confusion, or heart strain. Even small amounts of grapefruit can trigger strong reactions in sensitive individuals over 60. A real story, Mrs. Mehta's blood pressure drop. Mrs. Mehta, 66, started eating grapefruit daily to lose weight. She was also taking blood pressure medication. Within a week, she began feeling lightheaded, dizzy, and fainting when standing up. A quick review revealed the interaction. We removed grapefruit, and her symptoms disappeared in days. She said, "Doctor, I had no idea a fruit could do that." Are there any benefits? Yes. Grapefruit is high in vitamin C, hydration, antioxidants like naringenin, but the risks often outweigh the benefits if you're on medication. Better citrus alternatives. Want a refreshing, safe fruit? Sweet lime, mosambi. Gentle, hydrating, and safe with most meds. Oranges. Lower risk of interaction. Tangerines or clementines. Small, easy to portion, rich in vitamin C. Lemon in warm water. Boosts hydration and digestion. Final thought. Grapefruit may look harmless, even healthy, but in the world of senior health, it's a silent disruptor. Don't be afraid of fruit, but do respect how powerful it can be. If you're over 60 and taking medications, speak to your doctor before adding grapefruit to your diet. One fruit can change how your whole body reacts. And when it comes to health at this age, knowledge is your greatest medicine. So there you have it, my friends. Fruits can heal, but they can also harm if we don't choose wisely after 60. From grapes to grapefruit, dried fruits to unripe bananas. These are small things, but they add up. When your body becomes more sensitive, every bite matters. Let food be your gentle support, not a hidden stress. If today's video helped you see fruit in a new light, don't forget to like, share, comment below, and subscribe for more simple, science-backed tips to age wisely and live fully. Your journey to better health can start with just one better choice, one bowl at a time.